God is for our best. It is only us who run away from him. Hallelujah. Then the Lord said to Joshua, today I have rolled away the reproach of Egypt from you. So the place has been called Gilgal. When this thing was happening, it was when God wanted Joshua to circumcise all men who were not circumcised. Today the circumcision we speak about is the circumcision of the heart. So every time God wants to roll away a reproach, he has to cut some things out of your life. So God says to Joshua, Joshua, I want you to circumcise these men. Now, you remember circumcision? They have to circumcise the private part. Hello? Majita, we are together here. Please help me out. They circumcise the private part. So, if in the new covenant, the circumcision is of our heart, then there are private stuff in our heart that needs to be circumcised. Okay? Our private lives. God needs to circumcise those private stuff. Dr. D spoken a lot of them. But I'm going to touch only on one of it. I suffered pornography as a Christian. I would watch, it was during those times of cassettes. I would watch Creflo Dollar and immediately I take off his DVD. The enemy will say, why don't you check that cassette? I knew what was in there. But I will still go like a sheep going for slaughter. Pull it up, put it in and watch it. And I would feel so dirty after that. And Sunday I will go to church. And everybody will be shouting and jumping. And the worship leader will say, raise those holy hands unto God. And when I try to raise my hands, the devil says, not yours. Yours are not good. Remember when you watch pornography, chances are at the end you might end up Am I being real to people here? No, talk to me now. Jesus went into the synagogue and he says to a man with a withered hand, stretch forth your hand. He never told him which hand. The man was wise. He stretched forth the withered one. When we come to God, we want to show power and hide the weakness. Amen. When you come into his presence, expose your private part and expose your weakness so that he can heal you. Amen. So I would raise my hand and be excited, and the worship team leader says, raise those holy hands unto God, and the enemy will say, yours are not holy, and I will just drop them off a little bit, and then I will gain courage. And I'm not teaching you to watch people in church who are that's not my teaching. That is not what I'm teaching. I'm extending grace to someone who's struggling in this thing. Because when you struggle in this thing and you end up conquering it, you can go back and help your brother to conquer it as well. Amen. So I struggled with pornography for some time. And I would start to be condemned and feel like, actually I'm not even worthy to be with the children of God. During those days, I was a young Christian. Remember, I was a hijacker. So even people at church, they were not safe around me. A guy came straight to me and says, Dida, are you here watching how the offering is taken? Are you here for a move? Or are you here because you love God? Imagine, I'm a baby Christian. I'm trying to grow in the Lord. And somebody just comes up and tells me those things. Now, how will I be open to share about my challenge? Because you share your problem, the next thing you hear it everywhere. To say, hey, my brother, we've heard about your news, but the Lord is with you. Don't worry, we are praying for you. Will you ever share it with anybody else? No, you'll shut down. So I said, where can I go to share this burden that I'm holding upon my shoulders? The only person I could talk to was my wife. I told her, sweetheart, I'm struggling with this thing. She was angry at me. For the whole month, I was fasting. The whole month. And for a man, a week is too much. That is if you are healthy, a week is too much. For the whole month I was fasting. But eventually she came around and said, sweetheart, let's talk about things. How are we going to sort out this thing? She said, okay. I said, put boundaries around me. Every week I'll report it to you. So every week she was asking me, did you watch it this week? No. The following week, did you watch it? No. So for a month, maybe I would watch it once. I'm talking to somebody. I'm helping somebody right now. That's progress. I used to watch this thing every week. Now it's once a month. That's progress. Until eventually I came completely out of this thing. Dr. Richie said it yesterday, if you can't conquer it, your children will still struggle with it. So the Lord delivered me completely out of it. So, when you prioritize your life properly, God, your wife, your family, ministry, all those things, when you put them right, God will help you to conquer things that others cannot conquer.